What's good, folks? We back. And today we're gonna be covering, listen, it's a little tier list about animes that use time travel. So we're gonna be ranking them from GOAT tier to trash. Now, as you might notice, you can see we got A plus, A minus. That just lets you know that these animes right here, they some of the top of the line. And when I mean GOAT, I mean greatest anime of all time. Maybe I should have, I could have spelled it yayo. But we about to see. Now, first of all, Remake Our Lives. Now, let me tell you something about Remake Our Lives. Remake Our Lives is the reason we getting this video right now. I watched this. It inspired me. Listen, this guy, he 28 years old. He kind of living a normal 9-to-5 life. He ain't achieved his dream or nothing. And you could see the depression in him. He was sad. And then he goes back 10 years. He gets into game developing. And he really changes stuff up. Listen, this anime right here, I'm going to have to go on a rant about because it told me to get up. It said, look at this loser right here. You want to be like that? It's told me to chase my dreams. And that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I got to say, Remake Our Lives, it's inspiring. It's inspiring. Listen, it ain't the usual anime where, some people might throw hands. Nah, they throwing words at you. And those words, they be hurting. I gotta say, if you ain't watched this, oh my gosh. Now, I'm trying to think where to put it. I'm gonna say A minus. Now listen, I know I went on a whole rant about how good it is. But this tier list is so stacked that it gotta be A minus. Now, one thing that I want to note and Remake Our Lives, if you know about Rezero and you know about Rem, which is also on the list, I feel like Remake Our Lives got the better version of Rem. I know that might be a crazy take to say. Alright, so I'm going to talk a little bit more about Remake Our Lives. Listen, to not spoil absolute peak, I'm not going to give too many details, but I gotta say, this story, it's an emotional journey. I mean, you can see the characters, they passionate in what they doing. But down the line, it get tough to keep that passion. And some of them, they lose it. And it's kind of showing that sometimes it might not be a bad thing, that there's other stuff out there. Tokyo Revengers. Now, Tokyo Revengers, I'm being completely honest here. I watched a couple episodes. I'm not completely done with Tokyo Revengers. This is the only one where I haven't watched all the episodes yet. But I gotta say, right now it's looking like a B+. Right now it's looking like a B+. Now at Tokyo Revengers, this man Takamichi, he is a loser in his late 20s. He does go back in the past. And listen, this man, his girlfriend ended up dying due to gang conflicts. And I gotta say, it is his girlfriend from middle school, ex-girlfriend from middle school. But basically, he goes in between past and future, trying to make the world a better place. It is a good anime. I'm not all the way into it yet, but right now, B- for now. Just cause, hey, if it get better, I'll let y'all know. I might do a whole video on that if you want. But for now, I'll put it B-. Now, Steingate. Ooh. Steingate. I was one of the people who was like, this kind of starting off a little bit slow. Just a little bit slow. But it was still really interesting. And I gotta say, great anime. And the time travel in there. Now listen, the thing with Steingate, this man Okuba, you can see he started off as a goofy character, He just seemed like the neighborhood local crackhead. He's just having a good time and doing all types of goofy stuff. And as he figures this out, he feels good. He doing great. And over time, when you watch, you slowly get to see him fall into a depressing state. That's like, this is a whole different character now. He's a happy, jolly guy at the first start of anime. He gets broken down. And just seeing that part alone, it gotta put in A- or above. Like, it's a great anime. The only critique I could have is it starting off a little bit slow. But I will say this. Even though it started off slow, I think at the end, with all the build up, it's very well worth it. So if you could get past a couple bit of episodes where it's a little bit slow, hey, you gotta see it. If you haven't seen it yet, you missing out. But I put in A. I'll put in A minus. A minus. Now, Erased. Now, let's talk about Erased. First, let's get out what everybody... You probably heard somebody critique Erased before. First thing that you probably hear when someone talk about Erased is the ending is kind of bad. I'm gonna touch on that. But let me tell you about the good in Erased. It's one of the greatest stories of all time. Cause listen, I was locked into Erased the very first second that I seen it. Listen, this man, he got power that allows him to travel in time, but only when something very tragic happens. And this man, I'm not trying to spoil the greatest anime of all time, but just let me tell you that this is the most well put together, perfect assembly for an anime in history. So you already know where it's going just from me talking about it. Now, listen, I don't really think that the ending really diminishes the entire journey, because the journey there is the greatest of all time. Now listen, I know what some people gonna say. How you gonna say that's the greatest anime of all time? What about One Piece? What about Naruto? Like, who even watches the race? What the fuck you talking about? Bro, let me tell you, bro. I don't care about popularity right here. I care about a good story, great characters, and this Erased, it has the greatest story of all time, and it has the greatest characters of all time. If I had a mic right now, I'd drop it. I'm dropping the little pen though, little mechanical pen. Go. No other place for it. If it's any lower on anyone's list, valid opinion. I'm not the type to start fights because you don't think Erased is the greatest of all time. I'm just the one to let you know you're a little bit wrong though. Nothing I've seen has been remotely close to being this good. I don't even care that the ending wasn't perfect. I gotta put it in the greatest anime of all time. That might be a hot take, but I can't find nothing better. Now, Rezero. Now, Rezero is the anime that I have the most watch hours with. Now with Rezero, I talked about it before. Great anime. Listen, Amelia is a great character. And, you know, she looks out for that boy Subaru Natsuki. Now, Subaru, seeing his whole journey and everything he go through, it just makes you, it's just like, gives you a different perspective on what it would be like to respawn. Like, hey, I know some of y'all play them video games. You played GTA before. You ain't tricking nobody. I be playing GTA too. It's just like that to the extreme. Like, just seeing all the pain that he go through, it makes you really think. And I gotta say, the story is great. Beautiful story. Great characters. But Rezero, definitely an A+. Now, Your Name. Now, Your Name is a little bit different. Now, with Your Name, it's kind of like a body swap anime, but it also has time travel in it, so it made the list. And for good reason. Listen, when I first saw this, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like it, but I promise you, if you keep watching it, and you start to understand the story and let it really unfold in front of you, you're gonna see it's beautiful. Beautiful. Not only is the art style beautiful, but the characters, they're interesting, and every character really does feel like they matter. Even if they don't matter, it does feel like they do. And I promise you, it's a trip. It's a whole trip. Because not only is it a beautiful animated movie, it's also got a story that's very deep, and it makes you, it might make your eyes a little watery. I ain't gonna say you're gonna be bawling out your tears and everything, but your eyes might get a little watery. It's really touching, and the emotions it make you feel. And I gotta say, yeah, I'm just kidding. Goat. I know. How can you have two goats? Listen, this is the GOAT of anime movies. If we don't look, I can't describe in the words how good this movie is. It's also free on YouTube, so if you want to watch Your Name, go check it out, because I promise you, if you actually stick through it and you actually watch it, you're gonna be like, You know what? I see what he was talking about. I gotta say, GOAT. That's literally all I gotta say. Now, let's talk about Boruto. Now, Boruto, trash. Alright, now let's talk about Charlotte. Alright, let me get into Boruto song. So, with Boruto, honestly, I was a Naruto fan, and when this came out, I gave it a chance. You can't say I didn't give it a chance. I watched like 359 episodes, and apparently all of it was near filler. And the time travel part I'm talking about is when Sasuke, he goes back in time to try to stop Momo. I'm not even gonna get into it. Boruto, folks, Boruto. We don't rock with it. We don't rock with it at all. Now, Charlotte. Now with Charlotte, it is a great anime. Listen, this guy, he got the power to possess people. Now, the most thing that he do with possessing people is maybe cheat on a test, maybe do a little bit of devious stuff with it, but nothing really too crazy. And eventually people figure out he got this power, and from there the story gets kind of nice. I gotta say, story wise, it's a good story, but I do feel like they could have done a little bit more. Now, if you've seen the video where I rank romance animes, the biggest critique I had with this is the revenge arc that could have been. Like, they really sold that. But I understand why. I kind of understand why. I just feel like that would have made the story a lot better, and it probably would have been, I probably would bump it up to A- minimum. But since we didn't get that story and the ending is a little bit rushed, B+. Great story. It's kind of in the sense of Erase where I didn't like the ending as much, but it's still really good. I don't think it's as good as Steins or Remake Our Lives, but it still definitely deserves a place in B+. So, for the list, in the GOAT tier, we got Erased. Now after that, we got Your Name, also a GOAT. A+, we got Rezero, and A-, we got Remake Our Lives and Steins. After that, we got Charlotte. A little bit below that, we got Tokyo Revengers, and in trash tier all alone by itself like it should be, we got Boruto. Honestly, I'm starting to think that time travel animes might just be the greatest category there is, because it's the highest I done rated any category ever. And listen, I'm curious to, if you ever seen a bad time travel anime, let me know, because I've never seen one yet. I've been watching a lot of them. If you agree with the list, also let me know. If you don't, hey, let it be heard. But if you like the video, which I hope you did, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you wanna, and Loververse got a lot more coming out, so look out for it. And one more thing before I go, if you got a dream, go after it already. What are you waiting for? Because that's what Remake Our Lives told me to do. So, hey, if you need any motivation, Remake Our Lives, great show. I don't care if you want to be a cyclist or you want to be something else, go do it. For real. Hey, and while you at it, how about you hit that little subscribe or that like button if you want, cause, yeah, please.